Yo, what's up? This is Patrick from Guy in the Cube, and in this 2-Minute Tuesday, I'm going to talk all about query dependencies in Power BI. Okay, before I get into this, and you guys know how I like to do with 2-Minute Tuesdays, I usually go right over to my laptop, but I want to say this. So when I was showing a couple of people this capability, they didn't hear of it. And then one of them said, Patrick, oh, well, they just released the September 2019 release. This must be new for that release. And I was like, I had to laugh. Yeah, September, but not this year, 3 years ago. The desktop team released this feature about 3 years ago, and I saw the button and I just never clicked it, I'm gonna be honest. And I did do a quick search on the internet, and there's a couple of people that talked about it, but it doesn't get the publicity, it doesn't get the pub that I think it deserves, so that's why I'm doing a video on it, all right? So enough of all this talking, you guys know how I like to do. Let's head over to my laptop. So let's pretend you inherited this PBIX file. And what you want to do, you want to find what's the source for each one of your tables, okay? And maybe there's a source that provides data for multiple tables. You want to find this out. You want to document it, or you just want to know, okay? How would you do that? If you go to Edit Queries, you can go to Data Source Settings, and then it's going to show you the 3 sources that's in that file. And if there's more, if you click on Global Permissions, you can see all of them. But if I go to Data Source Settings, I can see the 3 sources. There's 3 sources used, but which tables correspond to those sources? Not quite sure. All right, so then I had another thought. I'm gonna go into the query editor, and then I click one of my sources, one of my queries, and then I go to applied steps and I click source, and it says, oh, this one looks like it's using a parameter. Okay, so I click on the parameter, and this parameter comes from the source. Well, I said, okay, well, that's good, but there's a lot of tables here. So you're telling me I'm gonna have to click through each one, Patrick? Maybe click on the gear. I can see the source from the gear, or I can look in the formula bar. That is not very efficient. You guys know how I roll, right? I'm not lazy, I'm just really efficient. So, right, I remembered if you go to the ribbon and click on view, there was a little icon labeled query dependencies. Let's click it, right? Let's click it. I click that little icon, and this little window opens up that kind of looks like a diagram. So I start poking around a little bit, and down the bottom, there's a little drop down labeled layout. I click it, and I chose a couple of them, and I landed here left to right. I like the view of this one, and basically what this one shows me is over on the left, I can see all my data sources. So you see all my data sources. And so if I click one, it shows me the corresponding queries. So if I click here, so for the CSV file, so this is not only does it show me the data source, but any dependency. So these are the parameters. This is a parameter that this query depends on. But if I click that query, I can see everything that it depends on. So it depends on this CSV file and the parameter. And if I go down, this one depends on, right, this query depends on this web page. And if I come down here, I can see that all these queries depend on my SQL Server database. What? This is bananas. We have to talk about this, guys. We gotta talk about this. Hey, are you guys using this? I'm curious. I just want to know, right? But it gets better. I'm not done. Watch this. So let's say I went over here and I did a reference. I right click on sales territory and I said, reference this particular table. I make some changes. I give it a different name. I call it reference ST, right? That's my reference sales territory table. Will the query dependencies window pick this up and show me that this reference table is dependent upon that query? I don't know. Let me find out. So I'm going to go back to view, click on query dependencies. Let's change it back the way I want to see it because I like it that way. Let's go down to the bottom. What? Look at this. So it gives me a complete dependency mapping. If I add a reference, what about if I do a duplication? I don't know. Let's see. If I do a duplication, let's duplicate this guy. Just one more thing. I got to see. So if I go over here, and so I say duplicate ST, and go back to query dependencies. Let's see what it does. What does duplicate depend on? One more click. Just give me a little bit. This is exciting. This is so exciting for me. Yep, bam, look at that. So now duplicate depends on my SQL Server data source. This is great. So I have a full query dependency mapping with parameters, with duplicated and reference queries, data sources, everything. I know there's a few enhancements that can be made to this, but for me, for what I was trying to accomplish, this is great. All right, so what do you guys think? Are you using it? Did you know about it? I'd love to know. Let's continue the conversation. Where? In the comments below. If this is your first time visiting the Guy in the Cube channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you like my video, give me a big thumbs up. As always, from Adam and myself, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.